Hi, this is Peter Godinez, your ambassador with Good Morning Oxnard, and we're doing a wrap-up here. And I always feel very starstruck. I don't know why, but whenever I get around Bob Allen, I feel that way. So I'll get over it. But hey, we had a great show today. Something new.
It's really all about what this whole thing is really all about, Peter, isn't it?
It really is.
One of the things that got this started was when we found out that we had two of our young teenagers down at the World Cup game. And we didn't even know it. So in trying to bring all of this thing, I think that's what we've been trying to do with this Good Morning Oxnard. Basically, you saw what happened. We're here at Tomas's restaurant. It got started. We had people here, the superintendent of the Oxnard High School District was here. Just all the community members talking about what community is. And I think we were privileged as part of the Meet the Candidates series today to have Ryan McDonald, who is a councilman, running for mayor. And these are the kind of segments that we'd love the people of our city to be able to go back and watch. So before they go into that polling booth and press a button, at least get to know who the people are.
That's true. And I saw the real person, as we always say in our summary of KEY TV. He's got a very lovely, powerful, empowered wife, Lorraine. And so you're not only just voting for a person, you're actually voting for a couple, is the way I see it. But we saw the real person in this program.
Well, the thing you really see is somebody who basically grew up in Santa Barbara, decided to move to Oxnard, was looking for a career, became a police officer, married his wife. Unfortunately, they were unable to, it sounds like, to have children, okay? They live still in downtown Oxnard, has not moved, retired. And when his wife said, we can move anywhere, he said, why? We're here already. And that's what our community is all about. I still remember the changeover of Naval Base Ventura County when Captain McHugh retired. I became somewhat friendly with Jim. I call him Jim now because he's retired. The reason that he decided to retire rather than to take another command was he wanted his teenage girls to continue living in Ventura County and go to Lorraine High School and get a good education.
Smart decision.
And this is a community that I feel lucky enough that somehow many years ago I decided to pick my own family up and come out here and move because we do live in Shanghai.
And just to go back to Brian, just real quickly, I was wondering, he's apologizing that he was late, but he was really on time, but he was being a good Samaritan. One of his Oxnard neighbors, I guess, had a flood or something, and he went over himself, and he actually helped fix it, lost his glasses, had to go back, get some. And I'm not trying to promote the candidate as much as I am trying to promote the person. And that's, of all the candidates can actually come in here, and we'll find the human side of them.
And that basically, you even shared it when Carmen Ramirez came in to talk about the power plant issue. How articulate she was. Almost that one segment should be watched by everybody just to understand what the situation is. So that's what we're trying to do with this Good Morning Oxnard, which we hope will go over to each of the cities so that we now have a communications media that is local. As an example, and this is going to be an announcement, I think.
Do I know about this? Should I fix myself? Okay.
You know the Ventura County Star was sold.
No, I didn't. Did Apollo buy it?
No,
Coca-Cola?
it was very interesting. We are with many of the videographers and photographers from the Star, and on Sunday I met one of my good friends that I've known over the years that is a photographer who shared the story. The Milwaukee Herald and Scripps have exchanged. Scripps is a family-run business, that everybody really loved, but they're seeing the newspaper business as a thing of the past, and they want television. They have traded for the television rights of the Milwaukee Journal in exchange for giving the Milwaukee Journal the printing rights. So our newspaper is now going to be put together in Wisconsin.
That doesn't scream the Uber community, does it?
Exactly right. That's why I hope it's us, but we have to bring more people in, just so that we know it's under the same platform, okay? And and people have the confidence that they know it's a safe environment to be able to come and talk to or do something. So hopefully we're doing the right thing.
I think so. And some of the things, again, Coach Gabe coming in, you running into people, and I gotta say, and I told you before the program began, one of the quasi-celebrities in the Ventura County is Velma Lomax, who is one of the board members of the Ventura Unified School District. She's a robotics teacher. She's very well known. I run into her at a smog test place, and I get a chance to tell her about all the opportunities exist within education. She's hooking me up with certain people. I mean, that's what I call, and it's your term, Bob, Uber community. Is that what it is? Hyper-local. I'm making up my own terms here.
That's okay.
But just the fact that's what's happening, and it's happening, on this, and we're going to have a segment with Maximilian, I call him, and talking about the power of social media and putting a team together at the high school level of people, the talented people, the young people, to be able to use their talent and promote a message about the community. So I'm excited, and we have a very special guest here.
You're absolutely
Like
right.
a segue.
It was such a good segue because that's the one that we had to get into. 10 years ago, this county was privileged to have had a Little League All-Star team from the Conejo Valley actually go not only through San Bernardino, but actually go undefeated in the U.S. Championship. And on Saturday won it just was concluded this weekend, but 10 years ago, we had a team that won the U.S. Championship. They lost the next day to Curacao, but they did win, and how many people talked about it this summer? We had nothing that got everybody together, okay? And we decided that we have one very, very special young man, and for me, I'm extremely proud because it happens to be my grandson.
Well, I'm jumping on that pile, so to speak.
So when I was sitting here watching you doing the interview with Evan Ocello, you can imagine the pride that I was sitting just listening to, okay? Because in many, many ways, that was the thing that, gives a grandparent an opportunity, to always have memories with, their siblings. And my wife and I are two of the luckiest people in the world, with two daughters and son-in-laws living within 20 minutes of us. But it was that whole series of events, believe it or not, that bringing us that we're even here today. And I brought one of those things with me.
He has all kinds of surprises here.
This was a year after the Little League World Series. My son-in-law Kevin took their travel team to Cooperstown, and they play in the
Dream Parks.
The Dream Park. They have tournaments for a whole week, and on a Sunday morning, now this goes back. This is 2005. I get a phone call on my cell phone. Just rang. Could be the same person, but it's my daughter's phone number on there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I know they're back in New York. I only think something is wrong. And she says, Dad, no, everything's okay. Just go up on your computer and put on this website. You're going to be able to see Evan's game. And what they did was they put a webcam in the back of the screen. And I'm sitting here, no audio, no movement, but I'm able to watch that. And that literally has been the driving force of learning the technology that keeps us here today.
It's looking there. And I see Evan's first autograph right there.
Yep. Well, this was.
He was
his
number
pal,
10. I forgot to
number 10.
say he was the first double digits number.
Yeah.
No, it was a pleasure interviewing him, and I'm confident that his success will continue to go on and impact.
And those are the kinds of things that we now have to continue with this. There are people in this county that we should have in the city, and let's get even more hyper-local. I mean, we have Dr. Manny Lopez, a year ago had a heart attack. Well, we should be having him in talking about his, bringing up in this city, people who've had such an impact in what has gone on, so that we can keep a historical record. This is something new. This, like when we're finished, it's available for everybody to
On the
watch.
archive, again, not only community-wise, but in other countries, in the United States, and again, Brian said it. He said that it's about the stories. It's about the stories of the people of the community of Oxnard, and especially the people who grew up in the 40s, in the 50s, and they're still here. And why not capture them? Let's get them in here and let's have them tell the story. And let's put it on the worldwide net so everybody can see it.
There's many people don't know, but in 1913, Babe Ruth and an All-Star team came through and played in Oxnard.
How many people know that?
Well, that's exactly the story. So anyway, I just heard a special beep that says I think maybe our time is sort of ending. So I really want to thank you again for everything that you've done.
And back to you, Bob.
Keeping this going. So
Thank you.
let's keep it going.
We'll get Peter Godinez, Ambassador, KEDY TV. Good morning, Oxnard. Signing off. See you next time.